Hello, this is John Locke, and today we're answering a viewer question about building backlinks to your site. So, a viewer question came in, and they asked their name to be anonymous. Question said, I had seen that somebody else was teaching SEO, and they had said that building backlinks was bad, and you have to be really careful when building backlinks because it might hurt your SEO, and you might get a Google penalty. What's your opinion on this? Signed, anonymous. Okay. So, there are people on the periphery of SEO that are teaching people that you have to use extreme caution in building backlinks, and as a result, a lot of people are not building any sort of backlinks to your site. The truth of the matter is, links from the beginning of search engines up until now has been a major factor in ranking your site. In fact, Google said in March of 2016 that the three biggest factors that they were using to rank your site were the quality and relevance of content on your site, the relevancy and quality of your backlink profile coming into your site, and the machine learning part of their algorithm called RankBrain, which is basically it's artificial intelligence. They're trying to teach it how to select search results like a human. So those three things, they basically said content, links, and machine learning. So a lot of people are being taught that building links is bad. Now, I get where a lot of this fear comes from. It's not that you should fear building links, it's that you should fear building links for the sake of trying to boost your Google score. Now, to be truthful, there are a lot of SEO companies out there, especially at the lower end of the market, that use all sorts of shady tactics to build links, including setting up fake blogs, which we call private blog networks, or basically sites just set up to try and manipulate links. And people do sell links in a way that's not even really providing value to people reading the article. These are definitely the types of links that you should avoid, because from what I've seen in competitor research, links that don't drive traffic and are unlikely to be clicked on are undesirable links. So basically, if your SEO company is setting up a bunch of fake articles that were basically designed just to provide you a link, and nobody's likely to ever come and see that article or click on that link, then that's a bad link to have. On the other hand, you should be building relevant links that are going to build your brand and drive traffic. Google's algorithm is shifting, or they're trying to shift it. I should say that they're trying to shift it in this direction. I don't think that links will ever go away completely as something that they use to evaluate where something should rank, because links are a sign of how popular your brand is. If you're mentioned on an industry blog or industry site, if you're getting press coverage, if you're in the news for your industry, and if you're listed where Google expects to see brands in your industry, then those are good links to have, and those are links that you should have because they can drive traffic and they help build brand awareness. As we've discussed in other videos a little bit, Google is moving to something called the entity graph. How is your company connected to other things out in the world? Google is trying to figure out how to connect people, organizations, companies, ideas, concepts, entities. They're basically trying to build a information grid of all these things to where they're not so reliant on links, but they can rely more on what is known about organization. That said, links are still important, and they are one of the main factors besides content of your site that are going to move the needle in a big way. Now, other things are going to go into that as well. Product and service reviews of your company, the actual user experience of your site, how user-friendly, mobile-friendly, fast loading is your site, things of that nature. If all other things are considered, content and links are going to be the two main drivers of your rankings. So, should you be building links? Yes, you absolutely should be. You're going to find it very difficult. You're going to find it insanely difficult to rank without links. So, people who are teaching you to not build links because it's dangerous, they're teaching you something that is false. Do build links that make sense. Do build links that are going to drive traffic. Make sure that you're on all the sites that other companies in your industry are on. Do try and drum up some publicity for your site, and do have content on your site which people would want to link to. A lot of people are not going to link directly to your service or product pages because there's just no reason for them to do that. If you have content that answers the questions that your customers have before making a purchase with you and helps your customers make an educated decision, those things are likely to be linked to by other websites where people are asking those questions, like forum sites or Quora. Those are the things that are likely to be shared in Facebook and Twitter and everywhere else. So that's a hint. Build content, build your brand, build links. Those three things all kind of go together. You need the content, you need to build your brand. You can't just be heads down in your work. You have to work on your marketing. And part of that is building out content that establishes you as a source of information. If somebody is telling you not to build links, and not saying this to be mean at all, but if somebody is telling you not to build links and they act like they're scared of building links, they're either not telling you something or they're not doing SEO at a very high level. So that's my take. If you have an SEO question that you'd like to see answered, go ahead and leave it in the comments below. We'll answer it out in a video. My name's John Locke. My business is Lockdown Design and SEO, and we provide SEO for manufacturing and industrial companies, helping them get more organic traffic from Google and Bing, and helping them get more requests for quotes. Peace. All right. So they had heard from someone teaching SEO, build links,